As Jolyn said, happy Thursday, everybody. We are excited to be back in the studio tomorrow, and there is a lot of information online. Check the Facebook page, Instagram, check the Namaste website, and you'll see infographics that are listed that give you a step-by-step of really everything that you're going to need to know when we welcome you back to the studio. And we also have a video that Jolyn did today, and it's fantastic. It walks you through the whole process of checking in and coming into the studio and what you need to do. And I believe that is out on Facebook right now, so take a look there. Keep an eye for any updates or emails. They will be coming out regularly. So whenever we have new information to share or any updates regarding classes, that will be listed online. And there's also an infographic on how to use the Mind-Body app. We are suggesting that all the classes, if you can sign up in advance online, that'll secure your spot. We are limited to 8 students because we're going to use the big room only. And there's step-by-step instructions for you to follow, so you can make sure you have your spot and come back into the studio where we will be waiting with welcoming arms. So this week and the past few weeks and months, I've thought a lot about listening and tried to do a lot of listening in all different sorts of parameters. And it can be a very hard thing to do, is just to stay quiet and to listen to whatever it is. Somebody talking, listen to the sounds of nature, listen to your heart or your gut. Just a few examples of the ways we can listen. But there's been a lot to hear lately, and I've noticed it can be challenging to turn off the noise from what we're really trying to hear. When we turn off the noise, we can hear better. We can hear what people are feeling, and we can hear what our hearts might be trying to tell us. And when we hear, we can slow down, give a little bit more space, and open our hearts a little bit more to feel. Now this morning I was reading an article online, and I'll admit what got my attention was it had Keanu Reeves in the title of the article, so he's a handsome guy. But the name of it was, "Be aware of the quiet ones like Keanu Reeves. They are the ones that actually make you think." And it was by Tim Denning. It was from The Medium, so if you ever want to look that up. And just a few tidbits from it. It says, the smarter you become, the less you speak. It says, quiet people make you think. Thinking brings clarity. Thinking can lead to change. Listening and keeping quiet so you can hear offers you a chance to listen to what everyone is saying. So for tonight's class, I invite you to listen to your breath, and listen to your body, and listen to your heart. And if the noise in your mind starts to chatter a little bit too much, I invite you to take a breath or take a pause. Try to bring yourself back to center and just feel what you need to feel today. So with that being said, we are going to begin on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you have a couple blocks, I suggest using those at the beginning of the practice. Even though you might be warmed up from the day, it's always a good, gentler way to start. I was just talking a lot, sorry. So make your way down to your backs. Again, keep those blocks handy. And slowly come on down. Make sure you can feel your hips on the mat, shoulders on the mat, and bring your heels so they start to inch back towards your booty. So bring them on up. Place the blocks at either side of you, and then we'll slowly let the knees drop open until they land on your blocks. Remember, your blocks have 3 different sides, so if you're using those, switch them around. Find the best way that fits for you today. Make any adjustments once you find a symmetrical position with your body. And then you can let your arms come out to the sides, maybe place the palms facing the ceiling. Maybe it feels better to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Take a moment when you're on your back. Make your adjustments so you get comfortable, so you feel what you need to. And then begin to settle into your breath. Noticing in and out through your nose. Bringing your awareness to this present moment. Again, letting that awareness and breath help you settle into the pose. And no matter where you are in a yoga class or what pose you're in, always know that you can make adjustments. I'll give you some guidance and offer suggestions, but listen to my words, but feel with your mind, your body. I'll be quieter a little bit. I can't promise anything, but I'll try to be a little bit quieter throughout today's practice so you can just listen and feel. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Maybe you want to shift the shape of your arms so they come out into maybe a V shape if that feels good. Last breath, breathing in through the nose. And a nice exhale. You can slide your arms down if you had them up. And use your hands. Go ahead and lift your knees up so they're pointed towards the ceiling. Keep the blocks handy. Palms going to face down and press both of your feet into the earth so you can move this block. So you can wiggle your feet around, but feel the 4 corners. And notice if you can engage your legs, press your feet into the earth, and start to hug in with your thighs. So squeezing them a little bit together. And then maybe letting your pelvic tilt up. And then settle back down, finding just a couple rounds of pelvic tilts. And releasing. It's a very small movement. You can feel it in your hips. And a shifting like this. You can't see it in my little hips. On your next inhale, really press the feet in and start to lift up through your hips. Find that block and go ahead and slide it underneath your hips and let your hips come back down on your sacrum area. Once you let your hips fall back onto that block, keep the feet engaged. Keep them pressing into the earth. Maybe you need to lift and adjust things. Once you're steady, go ahead and flip your palms over, opening through the chest a little bit deeper. See if you notice your feet pressing into the mat. As you inhale, maybe exhale, can you pull your belly button towards your spine a little? Take 3 more breaths here. Nice job. On your next inhale, go ahead and flip your palms over, lift your hips and slide that block out of the way. Keeping your knees where they are. We'll go ahead and take your left ankle, placing it across and on your right knee, coming into Suchi Rendrasana. And we're going to flex both of your left foot, so flex it back towards your knee. Take your left hand, just gently start to press it into that left thigh. And remember which one. Forgot my strap. If you have a strap, you want to grab that. My apologies. Strap's handy, so the right leg is bent. Left ankle's on the right knee. And we'll find some resistance with the left hand into that left thigh to start out. Your right sole of your foot is still pressing into the mat. Now if you have your strap, you can go ahead and take it, wind it behind that right thigh, and grab it with both hands to start to lift the sole of that right foot off the mat. Now you might have the space to just use your hands and interlace your fingers behind that right thigh. Now both of your feet are going to be engaged and flexing back the toes towards your knee. Shoulders are down, hips are on the earth. As you inhale, you can bring that right leg up to the ceiling if that feels good. Or you could keep it at a nice bend, pulling it in towards your torso. Come back to your breath if your mind's wandering. Two more breaths here. Last breath. Hug in a little deeper. And exhale, let that right sole of the foot find the earth. Release the left leg and we'll cross right ankle onto the left knee. And again, just begin by pressing that right arm into the bottom of the right thigh. And exhale, slowly release the hand. Again, finding the strap, looping it around the left thigh, if that feels good. Grab both of the straps, lift the left leg up, pull it in, maybe extend it to the ceiling. Check in with your toes, are your feet flexed? 2 more breaths here. Last one. And exhale, slowly release that left leg. Release the strap if you have it. You set it down to the side. Release the right foot to the earth. And go ahead and bring, if you have the block, bring that in. Place it in between your thighs. Hands are going to come down, palms down. Inhale, lift the hips and knees, not the hips, just the knees and the feet off the floor. So nice angle. Inhale, tall, and as we exhale, we're just going to slowly lower the heels. Engaging our abdomen. Inhale, lifting it back up. Spine's really long. Nice length through the back of the neck. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lower down. And bring it back up. 2 more times. You're doing great. Last one. Listen to your body. You might be yelling at me right now. Inhale, bring it back up. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back down. Keep the block where it is. Extend your arms out nice and wide to a T shape. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're just going to drop the hips and knees over to the right side. Finding a nice subtle twist here to begin. If you're feeling good and your neck's not cranky, being mindful, you could take your gaze over the opposite shoulder. Two more breaths. Inhale, let's come on back to center. And as we exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Move your block out of your way if you need to. And take your gaze over to the right if that feels good today. Two more breaths. Inhale, let's bring everything back to center. Remove your block. You can come onto your right side and extend your leg, pressing yourself all the way up to a seated position. This is where you might want to bring in your blanket if you have it. Another option, if you don't have a blanket handy, you can always roll up your mat. Come back, sit up on there, just to give you a little bit of a lift. Legs are going to come out nice and long in front of you. Move your bum around so you can get the sitting bones nice and symmetrical on the mat. Inhale, let's lift up tall, roll the shoulders back, and bring the hands down next to our side. Toes are flexing back, coming into staff pose. Feel the length from your tailbone all the way through the top of your head. Knees are soft, elbows are soft, breath is soft. Two more breaths. And on your exhale, grab your strap if you have it handy. Loop it around the top of your feet. Grab both ends. Knees are soft, elbows are soft. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, start to lean forward. Remember that motion with your hips. You go back and forth. Think of that as you're leaning forward towards your toes. If you don't have a strap, just bring your hands down wherever they land. Walk them a little bit further. Be mindful of your low back. Inhale, slide upright. Point the toes, flex the toes. Do that again. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, let's come forward one more time. Maybe you notice you can get a little bit deeper in the pose. Collarbones coming forward. Inhale, rise up. Slide that right foot so the sole of the foot is right in front of you. On the ground, pressing in just like it was for bridge pose. Left arm's going to wrap around the right knee. Right arm comes behind you. Press your hand into the earth. Inhale, lift up tall, and exhale, I'm barely twisting. So just take a gentle little twist here. Keep a nice alignment with your spine. Maybe close your eyes. Last breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly release. Extend the right leg nice and long. Bring the left leg in. Plant it. Right arm wraps around that left knee. Left hand comes right behind you. Press up tall. Right toes are flexing. See what you need to feel. That left knee is hugging in towards the middle of your body. Last breath, inhale tall, and exhale, release. Nice job. Legs come out long. Move that strap out of the way if you have it there. Find all your props. Bring them to the top of the mat, and we will meet in a tabletop position. Unroll that mat. Oops. And we'll come into cat-cow. So wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, and that same tilting motion. So let your hips tilt up, your belly's going to drop, shoulders squeeze together. Let your gaze come in front of your mat for cow position. Elbows are soft. Exhale, press into your hands, round through the shoulders, round through the back for cat. Go through a few times to the pace of your breath. Make any movements or wiggles that you need to. And when you're ready, we will meet back in a sturdy table. Inhale, we're going to bring that right leg forward, finding a low lunge, so your legs are on railroad tracks. And let's bring our blocks back if you have them. Set them on the highest level. Hug that right knee in. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up nice and tall. Let your elbows hang under your shoulders. your hips a little bit deeper. Two more breaths. Inhale. Move the blocks out of the way. Hands come down. We'll slide that right leg back to meet the left. And just wag your dog a tiny bit. Find a little movement. And we'll make our way to bring that left leg forward. Finding this slow, low lunge, Anjaneyasana on the left side. Bring the blocks back in if you got them. If not, keep your hands down. Maybe come onto your fingertips. Great option. Inhale. Start to lift up through the chest. Hands are down on the high level. Roll the shoulders back. And notice what your breath's doing. Notice if you can pull your belly button back towards your spine. Notice if you can wiggle back through your leg a little bit deeper. Two more breaths. Exhale, let your hands come down off of your blocks. Left leg meets the right. Let your big toes touch, knees come out nice and wide. Let your hips get really heavy and settle down onto your heels. Arms are going to stretch out super long. Coming into child's pose, you can also take a block, place it underneath your forehead, and let your forehead rest on the block. Your choice. Dealer's choice. As your hips get heavy, quiet your mind. Listen from the tips of your fingers, through your hips to your toes. See what your body needs. Maybe it needs you to press into your finger pads a little bit more, pressing back into the hips. Maybe it needs to come onto the fingertips, lifting a little bit through the back body. Or finding a little bit of a wiggle. Everybody inhale, lift up onto those fingertips. Keep your gaze down. And as you exhale, start to spider walk your hands over to the right. That left hip is going to stay snug towards the floor. Nice length through that left side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, let's bring it over to the left. Inhale, come on, back through center, nice job. Going to shift up to our tabletop, bring the knees under, hands come up a little bit further, pressing in, curling our toes, finding our downward facing dog. I like to pedal my feet out. You might like to bend and extend. See what you feel like today. Take some time. On your next inhale, look forward to your hands and walk your feet till they come all the way to the top of the mat. Feet are hip width apart, root down into those feet. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. Pause. bring the hands up and out wide, coming into forward fold. Knees are soft, head is dangly. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands can come to your shins, they can come to your thighs. Find the length. Pull that belly button up towards your spine. And exhale, release. Bend through the knees, hands plant. You're going to step back with that left leg. A full leg's length. Still the legs on railroad tracks. Get a sturdy foundation. That right foot is pressed into the earth. The left heel is lifted. Hands are on the mat or on your blocks. Listen to your body, adjust your body. When you're ready, inhale, lift all the way up. Low or high lunge. Hello, high lunge. Inhale, nice and tall. Let your palms face forward. Press into that left heel. Keep your shoulders soft and down. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release your hands. Step that right leg back to meet the left. Coming into high lunge or low lunge, your choice again. And the knees, chest, chin, chaturanga all the way down. Hands underneath shoulders, inhale, lift up for a baby cobra. Take your gaze down to the mat, squeeze in through the shoulders, press your toes in. And exhale to release. Curl the toes, inhale, rise to your down dog. Let your hips come up nice and high. Maybe shake your head yes or no. Inhale, look forward, walk forward. Root down, rise all the way up. Hands to heart center and pause. Inhale, lift the arms, spread them out wide, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Pull in through that belly button. And exhale, release. Bend through the knees, hands are down. Step back with the right leg this time. High lunge. Again, blocks always an option. Floor an option. Find your option. When you're ready, inhale, rise up. Your legs are strong. Your breath is soft. Activate your abdominals. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands down. Step the left leg back to meet the right. Your choice of plank, high or low. And then knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Coming all the way down. Inhale, lift up, finding your cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, and we're going to press back to a tabletop. So coming back into our sturdy table. And remember with the sturdy table, you want to lift through the belly. It's like someone's pulling up on your belly button, activating those abdominals. As you exhale, stretch back through the right leg. Press into the toes. Inhale, lift up that right leg. Lift up through the belly. Turn the toes out to the long side. Exhale, bring that knee in towards your bicep. Bring it down. Press back into your right toes. Inhale, lift up through the belly, through the leg. Turn the toes out long. Exhale, bring it up. and back down. One more time. Press into those toes. Inhale to lift. Lift through the belly. Bring the toes out. Bring that leg in. Nice little fire hydrant for all you dog lovers out there. And we'll take it to the other side. So left leg's gonna come on back. Press back through the left toes. Inhale, lifting up. You can notice the lift in my back. Turn the toes out to the long edge. Exhale, bring that knee in towards your bicep. Bring it down. Press back. Inhale to lift. Turn the toes out. Exhale, bring it forward and back down. Last time, toes come back and lift. Toes come out and bring that knee in and back down. From here, inhale, lift the right arm up nice and tall, spreading through the heart. Exhale, bring that right arm down, all the way under. So you allow your side of your right side of your face to come down onto your mat or onto a block. Hips stay up high. Maybe you walk your fingers to the top of the mat. Maybe you extend your left leg long as well. Quiet your mind and find the space you need in your body. Begin to bring that knee in if it's extended, as well as the left hand. Press into the left hand. Reach the right arm up nice and tall and bring it back down. Opposite side, left arm comes up nice and big. Drop it underneath the right arm. Palms facing up. Your cheek comes to the mat or to the block. And again, option to bring your right hand forward. Keeping that shoulder plugged in. Maybe extending the right leg as well. Last breath here. Begin to bring that knee in, slide the right hand in, press in and lift up through that left arm, stretch really wide, and exhale, bring that hand down to meet the mat. Go ahead and bring your hands forward, a handprint. Curl the toes under, and we're going to lift up to our downward facing dog. We're going to press up through that right leg, finding a three-legged dog. And we'll inhale and then exhale. Bring that knee in, and we'll bring that foot all the way to the top. Move it along if you need to. We always need a little bit of help now and then. Find your balance. When you're ready, inhale. Find your strong high lunge. Press your feet away from each other. Listen to your heart. Turn off your mind. Inhale, lift up through your heart a little bit deeper, maybe a little back bend here. And exhale, bring the hands down. Swing that leg back. Find your plank again. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, all the way down to your cobra, maybe an up dog. And exhale, lower down. Curl the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Toes are pointing down in this three-legged dog. Inhale, and as you exhale, pull that left knee in towards your chest. Grab it, bring it all the way up. Adjust. Find your strength, find your breath. When you're ready, inhale, rise. Separate your teeth. Maybe as you inhale, you can lean back a little bit deeper. Pressing back into that right heel. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, lower those hands. Step that left leg back to meet the right. And again, come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. This time, let's find a Sphinx pose. Hands come out wide, elbows under knees, or that would be really hard. Elbows under shoulders, and turn your hands out to the outer edge corners from Sphinx. We'll come into, I think it's called dolphin, or no, seal pose, sorry. And as you inhale, press into your hands, press into your finger pads. Keep soft elbows, lift up through the back. Press the toes in. Last breath here, and exhale to lower down. Bring your hands underneath you. Kick your heels up. And just windshield wiper. Come back to a steady pace. Let the legs come out long. Make sure your blocks are handy. Hands come under the shoulders, curl those toes. We're coming back to our down dog. Inhale, lifting up. Hips are high. Finding quiet in this resting pose. Inhale, lift the right leg up nice and tall. Maybe bend, twist, open. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring that knee in. Bring that right foot just behind your hand. Let the left knee drop. Right arm's going to come to the inside. And we'll heel toe that right foot all the way to the edge of your mat or even off your mat. It's okay if it goes off. Mine's going all the way off. Grab your blocks. Stack them up. If you don't have blocks, come to your fingertips. Roll those shoulders. Let your chest come forward. Uttan Kristasana. Lizard pose. If you're feeling good, you can bring your forearms to your blocks. Your front leg is still hugging in towards the midline of your body. If you're feeling good today, you can lift through that back leg so it's off the ground. Pressing back through that left heel. Feels just as good to keep that knee on the ground too. create your own quiet so you can just listen. On your next inhale, bring your hands back to the earth. Start to bring that right leg back. Maybe find some of those circles like the fire hydrants we did, like in tabletop. Or you can come back up to a down dog. Find some rotation. We'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. And we'll lift that left leg up nice and high. You can bend, twist, and open. Inhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, tall, and as you exhale, bring that left knee all the way up. Place that left foot towards the outer edge. Move my blocks out of the way. Let the right knee come down. And again, wiggle. Listen to your body, find your movement. And when you're ready, bring the blocks back in. You might not need blocks. Some of you might be able to go all the way down to the earth in your forearms. Do what speaks for you today. As you settle in, hug in with that left leg towards your middle of your body so it's pulling in. Your left foot's pressing down into the earth. Maybe you want to rise up and lift through that back leg. Maybe it feels just as good with your knee on the ground. Two more breaths here. Be so quiet that you have to lean in to hear yourself and know where you need to move yourself. On your next inhale, place your hands on the floor, scooch those blocks out of the way, and bring that left leg back to meet the right. Again, from tabletop, find those circles, or press back to downward facing dog. Find those circles. Inhale, and as you exhale, come back to your tabletop. If you're not already there, cross your ankles and come back down onto your bums. Bring the legs out long again in front of us. Again, you can roll up your mat if that felt good. Sit up on it. Coming back to our staff pose. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and bring the palms down next to your hips. Notice any differences from the beginning of class until now, towards the end of class. Inhale, bring your arms out nice and wide. Palms forward, baby back bend. Exhale, lower your hands. Maybe find that strap again, looping it around the tops of your feet. And coming forward. Again, seeing the difference from earlier till now. If your low back feels okay, you can always curl in a little bit. Coming a little bit deeper into this pose, maybe grabbing for your feet. Two more breaths here. Inhale, slowly rise back up. As you do, slide that right leg all the way in. This time, let's cross it over the left leg. You can always move this extended leg too. You don't have to keep it shooting out from your hip. You can move it more towards the middle if that feels better and gets that right sole of the foot onto the ground. Again, sitting up tall, pull in with that left arm. Really hug into that right leg. Feel the stretch through the right hip. Swing that right hand behind you. Fold tall, long spine. And as you exhale, notice where you started and where you are now with this twist. Two more breaths. Lifting up tall on your inhale. Finding any amount of twist on the exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release. Extend that right leg long. Give it a wiggle. We'll slide the left leg in. Cross it over. And again, feel free to make some movements. Right arm wraps around that left leg. Left arm comes behind you. Inhale, sitting up tall, long spine, toes are flexed. Exhale, deepen into your twist. Last breath here. Inhale tall and exhale, slowly release. Nice job. Extend that leg really long in front of you. Shift off of your mat if you have it rolled up. And we'll make our way down back to our backs. Nice and slow, grab onto the back of your thighs till you reach all the way down. Shoulders are down. Go ahead and lift the soles of the feet off. Pull your knees into your chest and hug in. See if you can notice your belly button pulling back towards the floor. And let your soles of your feet come on back down. And we'll extend. This time let's extend the right leg nice and long. We twisted the upper body. Let's go ahead and bring our right hand across, grabbing this left knee. Left arm's coming out to a T, and we'll find a nice gentle twist here. You can take your gaze over the opposite shoulder if that feels good. Maybe you want to extend that leg long. Hear what your body wants to do right now. If your leg's extended, go ahead and bring it back in, and we'll come back to center. Extending the left leg and right arm. Let's bring the right leg up and left arm across. Pull the left leg across your body, real gentle. Take your gaze over the right. Again, separate those teeth. You can extend that leg long if it feels good. Inhale, come on back to center. And bring both your feet up. And you can grab onto the back of your thighs or your calves or the outer edges of your legs, coming into happy baby. Keeping your hips and shoulders on the ground. Find the best spot to keep your hands so that your feet are, as best they can, above your knees. And just find a little bit of movement from side to side if that feels good. bring the feet down. If there's any last minute poses that you like in your practice, go ahead and take those now. Listening to your body, trying to tune out your mind. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring your feet down and extend them nice and long towards the bottom of your mat. Bring your hands out to either side, maybe bring your palms up towards the ceiling. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels good today. Let your breath slow down, and any chatter that might be happening in your brain, see if you can let it go as you exhale. Listening to any sounds that are around you, just hearing them. But you don't need to do anything about them. Bring some gentle movements back to our fingers and our toes. Maybe turning our head from left to right. Coming back to the room. And when you're ready, we'll make our way to our right side. Right arm underneath our head. Knees tucked in. Take a few breaths here, expanding on the front and back side of your body all the way around. And when you're ready, pressing into your top arm, extending the top leg, coming into your easy seat. We'll bring our hands to heart center. And I will leave you with just a few more tidbits from what I read earlier. Silence is not only golden, it makes you think. And we need more time to think during these uncertain times. It's okay to be quiet so you can think. Quiet people change the world. Sending out lots of love and light and gratitude to all of you for bearing with us and staying with us for all of these weeks of online teaching and on any of the hiccups that might have came in along the way. We so appreciate you being here with us, sending out all our love. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.